Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you live at a charge. We are here for our portion of our broadcast down here. We're gonna have a good race. It's the Coliseum. It's the everybody's going there this week. It's my bucket list track. Absolutely amazing track. It's gonna be a ton of fun to watch what's gonna happen on NASCAR this week. But the Sim 500 eSports Racing League is going to be here tonight. We're going to see some drivers get out there and qualify. They're going to finish up qualifying, and the field's starting to pack in as the Go Racing Diecast Cup Series here for Sim 500 Esports Racing Leagues is in tow. We are going to run a few laps, just 135. Track temperature right now qualifying 113 degrees Fahrenheit, 100% fuel. Again, 135 laps, no stages, 2 sets of tires, no fast repair, and they do have 2 green-white checkered attempts. One of my favorite things about Bristol is that each corner is different, each entry is different, each exit's different. The straightaways, the back straightaway actually just a tidbit longer because of the angle. The from turn 2 to turn 3, it angles outward, which you don't really realize until you actually get into the corner and you start feeling how the car changes and the dynamics of the car. It's incredible to watch, incredible to see. So we truly do enjoy it. They are going to be rolling out here in just a moment. They've got a couple of minutes still left as drivers get their cars dialed in. We're gonna see exactly what's in store and see if Eric Arnold will be able to have the outside or have that pole locked in. We'll see some more drivers out there put some time in, maybe letting a track temperature cool down a degree or two. GoRacingDiecast.com. Go ahead and get out there, utilize that website. He's turning 40 today, folks. Go wish him a happy birthday, or today or tomorrow. All I know is that I commented on a post to wish him a happy birthday. I think he's giving something away. Go check out GoRacingDiecast.com. He's got a huge selection of diecasts, and we love seeing that Charles get out there and just and keep building that rapport and that repertoire and everything that he does when it comes to that car. The cars that he brings in for his diecasts and just everything that he has been able to attest to. Sim 500 had to take last week off. The update kind of messed everything up. Even we had to deal with it on the Signature Esports side when it came to our truck series last week. So we feel the pain. So I'm glad to see everybody do it. But we're going to be in week 4 here on the racing stint. These drivers are going to be looking forward to the NASCAR stylistic of race, because this series may run 135 laps today, but they're going to run on Monday as well. So a lot of practice to be gotten in here, not just for the Monday league, but these drivers are going to look at trying to be as fast as they can and keep the car clean. 135 laps will go very fast. I mean, these drivers are running sub 15-second laps. It's fast. I mean, we're 148 miles an hour around this racetrack is very fast, and these next gen cars like to grip. That's for darn sure. I want to thank, of course, everybody out there that's watching. If you're watching after the fact on Facebook or on Twitch, we're going to make sure that we upload this stream. And if we haven't done so, much love to you. I appreciate you for being out there. Thank you so much. And I want to thank my moderator, the Mrs. The Mrs. Signature out there. She's absolutely amazing. She's going to be taking care of what we do. They got a little warm-up session here for about 60 seconds where drivers can get out there and just make their tires up as best they can. They're going to see how pit road is going to be, and they're going to roll off and really try to put some time in here. But only about 60 seconds on the warm-up. Give a chance to get a lap or two in here. The tires all cooked in. Yeah, we got it figured out. So we're live on YouTube only, and this is only for the next for this week and for next week. The following week we'll be back live on all 3 platforms: Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, for the Sim 500 series. But I do promise you it's gonna be a good time. I wanted to hit YouTube because YouTube gives me some of the best video quality, and we'll take this and we'll upload it to Facebook, and we'll upload it to Twitch as well, so we can we can have our VODs out there for the series. I want to support the series and make sure that they do what they need to do. Also, if you want to be a part of the Sim 500 racing family, make sure you go to sim500.com. And a big special thank you to all these drivers. Let's go over your starting grid as Eric Arnold is going to be your pole sitter here. The Indiana driver's going to have Wesley Donaldson to his outside. Montesi's going to have Mark Jorgensen Jr. there to his outside, row number 2. Chad Coleman, Anthony Callan, Tony's going to be there, row number 3. Jobs is going to have Molina there, in Maximus Molina. Great catcher and a great Spartan. It's just amazing. Great Roman. Sorry, not Spartan. Roman. So the 25 to the 89 could be the row number 4. Wetzel and O'Rourke is going to be there in row number 5. Glenn Campbell is going to have Gatna to his outside, row number 6. Row 7 will be Quentin Carpenter with Richard Beasley there. Row 8 will be Joshua Parker and Nelson Rivera. Fowler, Sigmund, Livingston, the rest of the drivers. 19 drivers today at Bristol as they get ready to unload at rock and roll. Lots of time, lots of energy, lots of good vibes. Wesley Donaldson got the victory last time we saw these drivers on the racetrack, and that was 2 Thursdays ago. And all the love and appreciation you can ever ask for. Now, these drivers will take up to 48 of the drivers. So if you were a part of that series, I encourage you to get out there and race and show these drivers exactly what you can do. Wesley Donaldson with 2 wins on the series. Tyler Dalton with 2 wins on the series. Nelson Rivera with a win in this series as well. This is the segment 1 for the Go Racing Diecast Cup Series. I've got week 4 in this one from what I see. I was looking at the schedule out there, taking care of it. Atomic, thank you very much for subscribing out there. I appreciate you. Our chat, keep it clean, keep it honest, keep it fun. Wesley Donaldson looking to have the outside lane, but I'll tell you what, that 31 is fast on qualifying time. We'll see how the tires are going to hold out. 31.91, 88.4. Pace cars in. 35 laps on green flag. 91 with the restart there. With the start of the race there, it's going to have that speed. Watch that outside lane hold up for just a moment. As these drivers will go to work. 31 is going to be back to second. Wesley Donaldson leads on the early going. How about Molina back here? Maximus Molina putting time and energy into the corner. Going to be right there on the bottom side. I think the Highline's going to prevail. We're going to see Highline running this week in the NASCAR series. We're no doubt going to see it in the trucks as well. 15:01 for Wesley Donaldson. Montesi's going to be in 4th. Whole lot of action happening. I want to make sure that we have our drivers' numbers able to be seen here because, well, they're important to me just as much as everything else is. Thank you, Atomic, very much. Thank you to the folks out there watching. I appreciate you very much. Chad Coleman off 2. Biggest move of the race quickly. Nelson Rivera is going to be up 7. The drivers over the corner trying to get to the inside fast. Gatton is going to be up 6 already. 14 to the bottom side. The Chesterton native. Oh, a little bump for the 38. Coleman and Beasley get a little bump in action here as they go to work. The wall tab. You see a little puffs of smoke. You'll see the right rear quarter panel touch the wall quite frequently. As we'll see Chad Coleman work the outside. The WD Diecast 1431 having an issue there. As Arnold goes backwards for the time being. Maybe just trying to save a little bit here and maybe get himself back in the run. But that door closes on the outside so fast that it's hard to get yourself out there. Donaldson running second in top lane. It's going to have to protect as Montesi is going to be closing in. Here comes the 88 of Matt Jorgensen right behind the National Guard. Chevy Silverado. I've just called a truck race yesterday. Chevy Camaro Z01. The next generation cup car rolling here. What are they going to do, folks? What are they going to do with that new car? Is it going to be a new car smell? What are they going to do with it? The 84 of Calentoni. We'll check on the driver here. And see what the drivers have going on. They're going to import a... There it is. Now we can see the numbers. Sorry about that, folks. Some of the numbers are bouncing out of there. Make sure we're going to go. 84 is going to be up 2 as Gatna rolls. Make sure we get the levels down here for you so we can actually talk to you. This is a very loud racetrack and one of the best when it comes to finding all the race pace. I really do love Bristol. I think, again, it's a bucket list track that Mrs. Signature and I are supposed to be going to this year. 15 to 135. Molina back to 8th now. Is going to be trying to the inside. Going to be taking that 10 side by side. Unable to clear 31. Trying to roll back forward here. They can get that nose right there as Maximus gets into the wall here. Arnold's going to drop low. 89 to the outside. 31 back into the mix here. You kind of almost have to pull a slide job off here, but these cars are going to be able to run that high side very quickly. Wesley Donaldson out front, 0.6 of a second lead over Mark Jorgensen Jr. 88 rolls a 15.36. Montesi's going to have a 15.50. 133 into the corner. We'll see what corner exit is going to be on the front straightaway. It's up to about 139. Donaldson, 5 6/10 of a second. We'll see what his exit's going to be. 139, 138. About the same. Lap time's pretty consistent here as the 84 goes to the bottom side. Anthony Galen Tony. Going to be there in the 84. Token Giants. Mike of the 4 is going to be off 1 now as the 84 finds a groove, finds some grip. He's going at it. Gatna. The Joe, the legend Chesterton pushing the corner. These drivers putting some time on it before having to come to pit road. Mike was having issues with his wheel, folks. He was having that early on. That's unfortunate for him. Hopefully he'll be able to get that worked out. He'll have to probably put it in chat for me to let me know what's going on. I want to make sure that we do keep tabs on that and keep track of what's going on with it. 91, 88, 84, 38. The corner's just getting ever so. It's that much more. 31 trying to get to the inside of the 38 once again. Arnold trying to move back forward. 31 to the bottom side. 38 clear on the outside. 31 not cleared now as the momentum goes to the outside. Tire wear is going to be important when it comes to working the outside for as long as you can. Single file racing. And it holds its own. 91 out front by a second now as Jorgensen tries to work his way back forward. 84, 31 side by side. 31 to the bottom side. That high line's going to have the most heat. And 31 utilizing the bottom side here now. Might be finding some grip because nobody's running down there. And he's back to third. 30 of 135 being completed. A whole lot of action. Wesley Donaldson out front. Eric Arnold in second. Arnold 37.32 out of the I rating. Donaldson 28.99. Jorgensen Jr. 6,029 on the I rating. As we see, that is the elder of the drivers. O'Rourke is 53.08 at the key. Went ahead and stepped out of the race. Oh, strength of field. It's pretty stout. Really is. Looking through the numbers here, just try to get some things worked out. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful evening. I appreciate all of you, of course. The isn't great, and we can always appreciate that. Looks to me as our good friend Brandon Banks might have just won over on the Signature Esports Facebook page, so congratulations if that's the case. We'll take a gander at that later. 36 of 135. Wesley Donaldson, the 91, the 31, the 84, 38, 10, your top five. And now here comes Arnold again. Arnold pushing back on the racing surface, trying to work the bottom side. Donaldson to the outside. 31, again, fighting that race pace and that speed that you would not have expected to see this early. Ooh. Both drivers side by side here. Yeah, and good battle for the lead. 4 seconds for the 84 and the 38. They've got a battle for third here that's about to heat up as well. Strength of field, 3.2K. What would be a top split race or somewhere around that second to top split. Maybe somewhere in the third split. You never know. Leader's going to be Wesley Donaldson. Still a 10th between the two. They're going to work the corner. 91 at the wall there. 31 in second. Caitlin Tony's going to be in third here. Coleman in fourth. The 84 and the 38 still going at it. Let's go back at it. Back to 13th. This is where I was talking about. He was up inside the top 7, top 6 there for a little bit. Now driver's starting to fall. Oh, driver's under the wall. No caution here. I think Jorgensen having an issue. Ooh. There's the 88 right there. Oh, something happened. Back this up just a little bit. The 89 behind him. Oh, just a little wall tap. 89, nowhere to go. And up into the wall. Maybe some broken stuff. Molina comes to pit road. Parker's into pit road as well. And no fast repair for any of the drivers. And check damage. Check how the car drives. It's good. It's a good thing to be doing that today when it comes to the Sim 500 series. That these drivers get out here and run these races for. Go Racing Diecast again for the Cup Series. Much love to Charles once again. Happy birthday. Thank you to everybody for being in the stream and being out there loud and proud. 04. Oh, man. It was the 04 of Doug Sigmund here. Ran the low line there. Arnold tried to put it 3 wide, but unable to clear. Now has to go back to work as Donaldson has some lap traffic as well. It's going to be Nick Jovis. More Jobs. 25. 098 a Fowler here. Got a little Days' Thunder paint scheme. Love it. Bobby Wetzel right where he started. Again, biggest move of the race now is Jerry Livingston, the Canadian, up 11 spots at 8, started 19th. Beasley's going to be up 9. Rivera's going to be up 9 as well. Glenn Campbell up 5. Only driver off the lead lap right now. Or no, I'm sorry, off their spot inside the top 10. This is going to be Eric Arnold, the 31, who's right now got the 91 in his sights, 52 of 135. Sim 500 Series, not only presented by Goat Racing Diecast, but also as a big sponsor, NC811. Folks, no matter where you live, it's a number that is synonymous to everybody. Make sure that you call 811 right there on that car. You see it at the NC811. Make sure you do give a call as the 31 looks to clear Donaldson here. He should be able to roll through, maybe up the corner. He's going to be able to clear. 91 will still be there. Not quite clear, but he is. Look there for a moment. He was going to be falling backwards. The air being pulled backward to draw Arnold back to the 91. But yeah, that's one of the things that I'm seeing out of this one. Folks, just ton of interesting race lines. Gatna is going to be a lap down. Molina out of the race. Sigmund's going to be here in the 04. He is coming in testing the waters. Eric Arnold at 57 to 135. Arnold pushes Bristol just a little bit further. 6/10 of a second lead now for Wesley Donaldson to try to soak back up after leading the first good stint here. 84 is going to be in third. Chad Coleman's in fourth. Richard Beasley in fifth. Glenn Campbell, Nelson Rivera, Jerry Livingston moving the corner. 165. 59 laps. Lap 59 underway. So we have 11 drivers on the lead lap. There's the 098. And then the 25. Having a better day today. All right. All good things, right? All good things. Very fast-paced race. We're going to be, we're 6 laps to go, basically 7 laps to go from now on the halfway mark. We ran 16 minutes of racing. It's maybe one of the fastest Bristols I've ever seen ran. 135 laps is like shooting pool real quick before I think about any other portion of the race. Now, this is a half miler. And fuel mileage may not even be a factor. I think they might be able to run it. Oh, something happened. Somebody hit the wall. Forgive the awkward moment of silence there. Wetzel and the 31 trying to put him a lap down. Arnold Stepping out over Donaldson here, 1.6 second lead as Wesley has that second spot, try to keep himself rolling. How about the 84 and Rivera? They're having a decent race. Chad Coleman, the driver now that Rivera's going to be looking at. The 84 should try to close him just a little bit more. Chad Coleman up the race line, 25 to the inside, 25, trying to get himself back on the lead lap here. Came in on 62, trying a tire strategy that might work. Might not work. 25 is going to be 4 laps down. That's how easy it is. He spent 57 seconds on pit road. He went 4 laps down. So, fuel concern? Quite possibly. About the common knowledge for NASCAR Cup cars. Did you know that at race speeds, the Cup car gets between 2 and 4 miles per gallon of consumption? 2 to 5, miles per gallon. Consumption under caution can be estimated between 14 and 18 miles per gallon based on comparable engines generally available to the public. Could you imagine getting 2 to 5 miles a gallon? 75 or 135. We're getting through this one pretty quick. We're just about 50 laps to go, 60 laps to go, 59. Let me do my mathematics correctly here. I'm gonna throw these guys on an exciting. I have to stand up, folks. I need to get a banana because I'm having a leg cramp. So I'll be right back. All right, we're good. 5 drivers on the lead lap here as Wesley Donaldson will come to pit road as the drivers will look for the green flag pit stops. I didn't know if anybody was going to be able to save. This is going to be interesting to see who's going to be able to knock that time back. Chad Coleman, first driver off the, second driver off the lead lap. First driver multiple laps down. First driver off the lead lap will be the 9 of Bobby Wetzel. Donaldson will take the pit road entry here and get himself all the way down. Single road pit entrance. They enter out of 2 and they leave out of 1. Arnold on the 098. 098's going to get one of those laps back. Fowler going to be a couple of laps down, 5 laps down, but able to make this one work. Thank you to everybody who's been out there putting in the time, energy, and effort. There's Donaldson leaving pit road. You're going to see him rejoin the racetrack on the bottom side. Donaldson 3 laps down. Arnold gonna need some time. 84. Maybe try to save. It'll be 40 laps to go the next time by. It's a good fuel calculator. Now, from what I'm seeing in the fuel mileage between for the races, it's going to be televised. Can be anywhere between 130 and 152 laps. That's according to what NASCAR Silly Season site says. That's cool. I don't know, iRacing not really showing that much, and I haven't ran an A-Cup official this week, so I need to get out there and do that. 84 to the outside. There's the 098 there to the bottom. Arnold, 11.6 seconds trying to lap the field. What if the driver saved in the first 5 or 10 laps and then tried to send it around? I got a big special thank you to all the folks that just followed us over on Twitch and on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you to Anthony Crownover for the super chat that he sent last night. Once again, it was absolutely killer. Roberta liking the stream on Facebook for the old SC out there. Appreciate you. Atomic Burrito again. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Dudley, thank you as well. Thompson sharing a liking out there for YouTube, for Facebook. Liam following out there as well. Very, very stinking cool. We're just gonna click all the alerts that got muted out over here. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of them. All right. 34 laps to go this next time by. Arnold ought to make it happen. 25 of Nick here in the 25 trying to get around the 31. 31 there on the outside. 25 came in on lap 62. The entertainment value of this race is is he going to be able to make it on the long haul? Gatna coming to pit road here. Arnold in a 31, 22 of Rivera. Galantoni's going to be there in third. Wetzel, Coleman, your top 5. Glenn Campbell carrying the 6th spot. 5 spots gained. Donaldson off 5. Jerry Livingston up 10. Livingston still your biggest mover of the race. 2 Canadians in the field. One driving a Chevy, one driving a Ford, but Quentin Carpenter, I think Quentin is going to be showing him on pit road, but it looks like he may have retired. Or he's out there watching. 84 to the bottom side, 31 going around. Anthony in the 84 coming to pit road, which we can appreciate. Nelson Rivera in the 22, putting time, honored, energy, big send as they would go. All right, 25 laps to go for the Sim 500 at Go Racing Diecast Cup Series. A little pause there for me, folks. I'm way behind the scenes here. Campbell a lap down. Two drivers on the lead lap. And that's going to be Nelson Rivera and Erica Arnold. 21 to the 22, the only two here. Coleman's been to pit road. Coleman trying to get himself back around. Top three night as he would work the corner. Donaldson, Campbell, you were at top five. And the 9, 10, 96, 25, 04, your top 10. There's the 84. Also, trying to have that long run race pace as well. Be getting around a few of these drivers. These drivers that are on the brand new tires running a second and a half faster with 22 laps to go. Got to be enough to get one of those laps back, but Arnold and Rivera would need to come to pit road. I do believe if the pit cycle shows 1:30, they'd be 5 laps short, but they'd have to clutch for quite a while. Coleman, half second the difference. He came in on 75. Bobby's been out there, that number 9 car. He's a lap down naturally, has some right front damage. But I do like that Great Lakes look. I like that orange. You know, I know it's Chase Elliott kind of theme, but I do like it. What's up, Chrome? Good to see you, sir. Much love to you. Internet issues about an hour ago. So we have storms in our area, and when I went to go live, YouTube said, "Nah, we're good." So we had to bounce over and make a new session. So for those who were out there with that first link, I do apologize to the Sim 500 family. We do have storms. We have, what do we have? Tornado warning, tornado watch, bigger thunderstorm warning going on right now here in the Lake of the Ozarks area. He is the brave little toaster, a.k.a. Duck Chrome Toaster. Race leader, 31 of Arnold. Rivera is going to be in second. Donaldson in third. Coleman, Campbell, Beasley, Wetzel, Livingston, 84 of the 04. 16 laps to go. Very quick race. 32-minute race here. This is a fast one. You had issues in Northern Michigan in Casey Kane colors? Yeah. And issues in Northern Michigan. That's, we're seeing where all the other drivers, the Illinois is about to get beat up. I know Jess said Kansas got beat up earlier too. Softball size or something like that. It was insane. It's heading our way. 31 to the 38. And Chad Coleman back on the lead lap. 13 laps to go. Would need to full send this thing. As Arnold runs a 13.83. Rivera 16.63. Donaldson back to third here up near the wall. is going to be there in that third spot, trying to close down to Rivera. Yeah. They didn't go to Denny's to get that softball size hail. They went, well, you know. Second and third now within striking distance. 11 laps to go. 91 goes to the outside of the 22. And they're trying to stretch fuel mileage here just to see what they can get out of it. 125 laps complete. 10 laps to go as Rivera holds on to this one. Can Coleman catch here now? Because he's got about a couple of seconds. Chad Coleman on the newer tires. Wesley Donaldson, 10.6 seconds. Has closed down 2 seconds in the last 3 laps, but needs to make more happen. Is Eric Arnold trying to go all the way on fuel. 17-second lap up near the wall. Your driver's going to go to the bottom side. 44 is going to be down there. That's Campbell. He's going to be able to get back on the lead lap for the top 5 night. Right behind him, there's Richard Beasley back here in that Ford, the number 10 Ford. Campbell here in the 44 got around the race leader, Arnold. Still holding on. How about Wesley Donaldson? He's on full send mode. 7 laps to go. 96 to the bottom side. The 96 of Jerry Livingston is only 1 lap down. It would be a lap down to your race leader. Arnold, 6 laps to go, trying to hold on. Coleman right in tow of a few drivers here. There's the 84 of Anthony Cantillone. He's going to be side by side with the 38. Down to the bottom he goes. 5 laps to go. Wesley Donaldson got a little bit of clean air ahead of him. And he's running 1 1/4 second faster than Eric Arnold. Arnold trying some things out, trying a strategy, and a big momentum shift. If he's good on fuel, he might have to push. 4 to go here as Donaldson tries to close in the distance. 3 laps to go. 31 will have to protect here. There's the 098 to the bottom side. New tires just going to swallow him up. John Fowler here. Gatna, Jovis, Stigman, and the 04 all working around, but we're going to be 2 to go. Wesley Donaldson within 9/10 of a second as Arnold goes up on the high side, gets into the wall, hits the wall again. That car's got to be tight. He's ran 130 plus laps. Ullman, 5.7, not going to happen. Donaldson takes the white flag as he makes the pass. As Arnold tried something different there. Made it work, made it stick. Chad Coleman will finish second. Wesley Donaldson gets another win. Rivera third. Eric Arnold up into the wall here. He might have shift reset. The car having issues up on the high side. Yep. Wesley Donaldson, your race leader. Took it at the end there. And will no doubt put the energy and the effort into it as Bristol comes to a close. That was a fast race. That was 36 minutes. 36 minutes. I tell you what, you guys ran 135 laps in 36 minutes. You could have ran another 100 more, and I'd been fine with it. Donaldson, Coleman, Rivera is going to be your top 3. Glenn Campbell, Richard Beasley, your top 5. Livingston, the 84. Anthony in the 84 was rebounding there as well. Just trying different strategies here. This is a tough racetrack to try to figure that strategy, where you need to put it, where you need to push it. So, fantastic drive off for him. Wetzel, Arnold, Sigmund, it's going to be your top 10. 25, 14, 098 to the 21, and the 88, your top 15, 89, 81, and the 4. ready to rock and roll there. So, GoRacingDiecast.com. Thank you to Charles and all the fine folks over at Go Racing Diecast. Again, go check out his awesome, like full-fledged awesomeness that is his selection. And he also, I think he still got pictures of the cave up there, which is cool, which I call it his diecast cave, which is absolutely insane. So, real quick before we head on out of here, let's talk to your race winner who had to go there at the end. Was coming down to the wire. It was very close. Mr. Wesley Donaldson, walk me through basically the full send mode once you got around back on the lead lap.
Yeah, so I mean, making that decision to pit anyway, I was a little hesitant on. I knew you can make it on fuel right off the bat. I drove a little harder than I probably would have if I was expecting it to go green that long. Uh, but once I pit, I felt like I might have pit a little too late because I saw how much time Chad was making up, but I tried to save a little bit of tire, kind of go back and forth and run the top a little, run the bottom a lot, then go back up to the top when I needed to. But then I noticed with like probably 20 to go or so, I'm like, it's gonna be really, really close when I get to him if his tire hangs on long enough. Um, so then about 15 to go or so, I started driving really, really hard at that point. It I was kind of doubting it for a minute, and then I kept seeing him kind of bouncing up the wall, like that's when he got about 7 seconds in front of me, and I could finally start seeing him in the corner ahead of me. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna be good. And then I heard him call out that he had a flat tire, and knew it was gonna be pretty easy from there.
Yeah, his I was unsure what happened because I mean he was lodged into the wall, but it didn't show like the car didn't show signs of the flat. Of course, he just kept getting pushed up into the wall, getting tighter and tighter. I never assumed that he had a flat tire because I do wish for physical damage for the flat tires at some point, so that way I can see that. So that
Which
way,
is interesting because, like, I think, like, we've ran some, like, super late model races on bigger tracks, and they're
mhm.
with those, when the tires go flat, you can kinda see it. It's not super noticeable, but it's enough. But in these cars and I really just think it depends on when they give you that meatball.
Yeah.
But when it's not, like, completely flat like that, I mean, the thing just doesn't drive anyway at that
Oh
point,
yeah,
but
yeah, for sure, for sure. And I would love to see. I mean, we've got the physics model. We've got all that
Mhm.
happening. We could make a tire blow up. I think that's it. We got dirt. We could do that.
I mean, you could always just set up a camera angle because I think it does show, like, you'll start to see, like, cording on the tires a little
Yeah,
bit now.
it'll show the tread marker and the it kind of shows the when you guys are going 140 plus miles an hour, even in the corners, the tread markers are still kind of there, kind of not. But the when it comes to the cording, if you guys are stopped, I can see it. I can't really see
Yeah.
it whenever you guys are going that fast. That's just me though. I probably could make some changes there, but um I don't know. I don't know. It's a good race. That was the fastest 135 laps I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, I was it sounds bad, but I wasn't expecting it to go caution free, especially the race at Bristol is
Yeah.
always tough. I, uh, I wasn't expecting to do very well either because the last time we were here, I mean, I finished top 3 battling Mac for the win, but I also went almost 2 laps down in that race because I was terrible on the long run, so you take wins when you can get them, and, I'm not gonna be there on Monday for the cup race, so this is basically my cup race at this point too, so
Well,
it was
congratulations.
full stress. Like, I was gonna go out here and win. I had no intention of just, like, practicing for Monday either, so
Right. Right. Well, I'm glad that the drivers get out here and take the time. I mean, because the points matter to me. So that's a good step in the right direction. I mean, you were leading in points coming in here for the session one. How the points have laid out in iRacing, how they have it in iRacing. So
Yep.
it's a ton of fun. Great to see, and it's going to be great next week as well. So and it's just, I mean, Bristol. It's Bristol. Like
Mhm. Oh, for sure.
it was a great race. It goes one of two ways, just like Martinsville and every other short track. And tonight, look, you had some fun. Wesley, give your shout outs, man. Get a victory here.
Yeah, I just wanna say thanks to everybody here at Sim 500, all the other admins, everybody who helps put this stuff on every single week. Appreciate everybody who came out and raced tonight, and it was nice to see a caution-free race at Bristol. I don't get that too often, so I applaud everybody for that. Thanks to Goat Racing Diecast for being the sponsor of the series. I know it's the goat himself, Charles's birthday today, so
Yep.
send him a nice little happy birthday. I think he's got a special deal going on where you get like a free 164 diecast when you order. Um, I don't know if that stacks with the normal 25% off and free shipping if you use code signature, but if it does, you can use that. Get yourself a donor car, send it over to me, and I can make a custom diecast with WBD diecast.
See, got it. That's how it
Got it
goes.
this time.
Yeah, Jaeger said he left to make dinner and came back and it's over.
Yeah,
that's
pretty. It was quick.
I was starting to get a cramp in my leg, so I was like, I gotta go get a banana. I went upstairs to get a banana, and like 20 laps had ticked by, and I was like, oh, maybe don't leave again. And I
Yeah.
was dealing with a couple of things because we do have a live stream that goes on simultaneously on my platform, and so like my channels are being used by people that are not me. So I'm having to which will change in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks we'll be back on all three for Go Racing Diecast and for the Sim 500 series here on Thursday. But we had my truck series league going at the same time, just kind of filling in time, waiting for business on Thursday to pick up, so to speak. And yeah, it's been so I'm trusting people to do things I've never trusted them to do. It's insane. But Wes, much love, man. I look forward to it. We got a Circuit of the Americas next week. That's where it's gonna get interesting.
Well, I think we go to.
Oh wait, yeah.
We don't go to.
You don't go to Coda. You're not following the Cup.
I don't even remember what it is. I think it might be Rockingham.
The Rock. We're going to the Rock. That's gonna be a good. Well, Morsford Track Racing. Oh yeah, it's Rockingham, then Auto Club, then Homestead. We're at Bristol this week, and I was like, oh, maybe it's the Circuit of the Americas, and I was like, because I know what iRacing's doing and NASCAR's doing next week, so I was like, oh,
Yeah, Rockingham will be fun. I'm pretty good there, so I'm looking forward to it.
And 120 laps there, 75 at Auto Club on week 6. Homestead, we got April 4th going. Lots and lots of racing coming up, and we got some of the bigger, more speedier tracks coming up as well. Talladega on April 18th. It's right in the heart of summer, or your summer for this, what I call the summer here. So. All right, brother, we'll talk to you again hopefully very soon. Congrats once more.
Thanks, man.
That's Mr. Wesley Donaldson. He knocks it out of the park. Let's go talk to Chad. I haven't talked to you in a minute. How are you doing, sir? You got a P2 finish tonight?
Yeah, we're doing all right. And that was tight.
It was, man.
That was tight.
Tell me about because Wesley said he had made the decision. You pitted earlier. You pitted on 75. He put it on the 88. He was wondering if he had made the right decision to do so. You finished third. Able to get around Nelson. Nelson was the only driver other than Bobby and Eric. Eric had a flat tire and came to pit road. It was forced to come to pit road basically. But this one went down to it. Is this kind of the strategy that you kind of have to play by? I mean, you could have a little bit longer of a race. You're not going to be able to run, 36 minutes of racing on Monday. But is this kind of the strategy you kind of have to play out here for next week?
I believe so because man, this thing usually you get a setup here and it's fairly neutral. This thing's tight. Like it's whatever groove you want to run in, it's tight. It's got a real big push off, and it's kind of hard to lay out of it as long as you need to back the corner up here because people driving in hard, you get ran over. But man, I ran the first part of the race. I ran the top mostly, and my tire wear was bad. And then the end of the race, I ran 14 laps less than I did on the first one. And there was probably a 20% difference. So I think maybe that might be the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
You want to keep the right front on it, but man, whatever Eric was doing right there, he was digging. He was really fast on the bottom right there, and it sucks that his tire blew, but I mean you kind of expect it.
You run that hard that long. When you run that hard with 130 laps, at a certain point, it's got something's going to give, which is going to be interesting to see what happens this weekend when we watch Bristol on the big old television. This one is I'm debating because if tire issues can be an issue in iRacing, think about how many tire issues we might see, and maybe not just the lug nut issues, but brake issues, because we really haven't seen the brakes being used as much for short track racing so far. So I mean, this one you could roll. You can pretty much roll to throttle here, couldn't you? Just a little trail brake and then just roll.
Yeah, if you can plan around kind of the race going long like that one did,
Mhm.
then yeah, you can. But usually here, the longest runs you'll get is 40 laps or so before somebody steps on it or runs into somebody.
Yeah, but especially into the officials. I'm not touching it with the 10-foot pole and you pushing through. Because I want to get out there and I want to feel confident, but I that's why I like leagues. That's why I like what you guys do, because you folks get out here and you make it look flawless, like racing's supposed to. And I go to get an official and I nope, it's not how not on this track. And I don't touch I love racing it. Love racing it with people, with folks like you and the leagues and stuff. But leave the officials alone for short tracks. Except for Dover, I do race Dover.
That one was a tough one for sure. Right there with it being that tight, it kind of made it hard to pass too. All the grooves work. It's just it was hard to go anywhere.
So why one last question here? Because of the change of lane, so everybody was running the outside. When I saw the 31 start really making that ground back up that he was saving from before, and he may have just been backing up the tires, but once he started working the bottom, everybody else was running the high side, and it seemed like maybe there was more grip down there because he was the track temperature had cooled down enough to allow him just to run that one.
Yeah, with the race going green like it did, basically it's if you got a bunch of people that sees a guy go to the bottom and do and run good laps, you'll see the field will migrate down there, and then so that line of heat up, and then the grip goes back to the top, and it's a moving target, and just it was tonight just made it interesting with the setup being so tight here. I never expected it to be that tight.
Normally it's just free and snappy, and it's Bristol, and what we expect, and you guys, I mean, hey, you made it look easy. That's what it was, and get a P2 finish. Dad, always a pleasure, man. Glad to see you back up in my little booth here, my little cozy little cafe that I have. And it's pretty awesome to see you again. So congratulations, and I know that we were talking about it just a little bit ago about we're going to Rockingham next week, not Coda, because I was wrong about that. So another short track, some more fast-paced laps, and a whole different kind of ball game then, though.
Oh yeah, Rockingham. I think, and hopefully the setup for there is fairly good, because if not, if it gets tight there, everybody's out to lunch.
Yeah, everybody's on the wall, straight up to the. I mean, there's no pointing at the wall. It's you're driving into the wall. Yeah. Be a ton of fun to watch, though. Chad, give you shout outs, man. You got a P2 finish.
Yeah, I just thank all the admins here at Sim 500, and thank Wesley Donaldson for painting this car, and got his sponsor on it with WBD Diecast. So if you want to get a car made of something that you drive or something that you want to drive, then hit him up and get you a diecast made. I got one on the way myself, and thank you for broadcasting. We'll go back and watch Eric run the bottom wide open until he blew the front tire, and then watch Wesley steal one.
Wasn't that the case last season too? Like, something would happen and Wesley would just be there.
Yeah, it's been a lot this. It's been this way a lot this year too, especially on Mondays.
Is it?
He stole a couple.
Did he? Oh, I've been trying to keep up, but we have the Dirt League on Monday, and I keep up. Like, I'll get into the broadcast for a little bit, and then I'll have to broadcast, and by the time I get done with that, I have to finish up 93 other things. But we're gonna try to keep up with a little harder. May have to send Mrs. Signature over to watch that race at the same time, so we can keep everybody up to date. But I do keep up to date on what you guys are doing on the website, so it's gonna be awesome. Be awesome. We'll see you next week, man. Good luck on Monday.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Always Chad Coleman comes home P2. And last but not least, Nelson Rivera. Nelson, my sir, you did not come to pit road.
That was that was an interesting race.
That's what I've been hearing from every single one of you. It's just been interesting. It was a race of for you. It was a race. I'm sure you're trying to test some waters here. Top 3 night. Can you do 2 stints of 130 or 125? And the race was different. And it was fast. It was over, and I blinked.
Yeah. Well, 130 laps goes quick at Bristol, right? And the other thing is how many Bristol races, and I know it's a short race, but how many Bristol races you see caution free? They wanted to bring the yellow out a few times, but it never came out, and everyone straightened it out, and we kept going. And when we got halfway, I had to obviously make a decision. I'm like, man, I got enough fuel to make it. I've been taking it easy on my tires. Like, what do I got to lose? Let me give it a shot and see what's going on. I was started 16th, so I didn't have good track position to begin with, and really didn't make up many spots. I did kind of made a few spots here and there, and then I lost them again, and I think I was running around 12 for the most of that first run, and so I got nothing to lose by trying. I just know the one concern is that right front, so I got to save it, and I figured if the leader has not blown his right front yet, then I'm still good.
Right.
Because Eric Arnold was running a quicker pace than me, especially to begin with. So I know if he hasn't blown his right front, then I'm still good. And that was my that was my reference to see whether I need to pit or not.
So you guys get to run 180 laps on Monday, and so I basically, half a fuel cycle before that pits everybody around halfway. It's gonna take a long run like this to change something, because if you could run 130, 135 laps, maybe 125, and then you run the last 35, 40, 55 55 laps out. If you put a lap 125, run 55 out, that's a lot of time to play catch up, and a lot of time that you can make up the ground, similar to what we saw today.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. 180. I didn't know the length until you told me coming Monday. Yeah. I'm not sure what to do, but there's going to be a lot more than what we had tonight. 19, 18,
sure.
19 guys. There's
Sure.
going to be more things going on. So I would imagine there's going to be a few breaks in the race to make decisions.
But imagine if it didn't. Imagine if you could try that out.
These guys, this league, we've had races like that where it's difficult setup, difficult car, difficult track, and we run caution free. Darlington, the hard, maybe not so much short tracks, but it's so it can happen.
The intermediate tracks, getting out there, and yeah. Darlington's a great track. I love that track. Actually, that's what my finale for next week is for my league that ends next week. Is Darlington's the championship race. Actually, that's how I did that. It was I like short track racing. I don't like being in it, but I like watching it. I like watching you guys call. And of course, as I picked the brains of everybody, I mean, our strength of field tonight was 3,200 of the 19 drivers that were here. So that's a pretty decent strength of field. That's a second or top split
really?
for everybody else. It ranges from 5,000, 6,000 down to 22, 23. I think we had the lowest I rated driver in here was 1852. So, and he finished 10th. So, I mean, we're seeing the split be a lot of comparable drivers, and you guys you made it look easy for 36 minutes and 31 seconds.
Yeah, it was a little tricky, but yeah. I like these Thursday races, and by the way, thanks for broadcasting this stuff. You're great on the air, by the way. Yeah, I like these Thursday races because it gives us obviously the heads up on going into Monday, and then I could try stuff like this. I probably wouldn't make this strategy out on Monday. I would probably be more conservative. I wouldn't stretch it out like this. But now I know that it can be done, and I can gain a bunch of spots. Probably won't be the winning move, but if I'm deep in the field, then I can gain a lot of spots.
Good idea. There's a lot. I mean, do I have a broadcast on Monday? I think I actually have a buy on Monday. Give me just a moment.
Oh,
I might actually just have to tune in to see what happens. I mean, I'm going to tune in anyway. We tune in for a little bit.
Pretty cool.
Before we have our broadcast as well. We are All-Star Race. No, I do have an All-Star Race. I have a Eldora Trucks All-Star Race. That's
okay.
Cool. Okay, never mind. I will tune in afterwards. So, but
yeah,
it'll be a ton of fun. Nelson, always a pleasure, man. I know we've spoken in the past when we had the broadcast before, and it's good to see you back up here again. And
yeah, I missed you a couple of weeks. I got slapped on the wrist by Joey for that, so I apologize.
That's okay. It happens. It's all good. You know what you just go say, hey Joey, sorry. That's I'm okay. I want to make sure that we get everybody up here and give you your time, and I get to ask you questions because I like asking drivers questions. I like being able to pick their brain about what's going through their mind whenever they're making decisions, especially when a track runs this green. And as you guys talk about it being difficult, I watch drivers being able to run side by side here, and when I say you make it look easy, it may have been difficult to drive. It didn't look as difficult, even in dirty air and clean air with lap traffic. Everybody pretty much did what they had. They handled their own. You guys handled your own. You did a great job. It was fun to watch. So, all right, my man. Any more shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, no, just to everyone involved with running the league. I run 3 other nights besides tonight, so I'm pretty busy with Sim 500. I love the guys, and I have fun, and I look forward to this. This little escape that we do in the evenings from the real world. I look forward to. So yeah, just a shout out to all the guys that are involved with running the show.
All right, my man. Well, I'm gonna let you have at it. I appreciate you.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You too. We'll see you next week. Good luck on Monday.
Thank you.
That's Nelson Rivera, and we'll let him have at it, and we're going to be done. That was the quickest broadcast that I've done for Bristol ever. Not even kidding. 135 laps in 36:30. That's got to be a record. It was insane. All right, we're going to upload this over to Facebook and Twitch. We'll make sure that we show it as a rerun. Thank you very much, everybody, for being out there. Much love to you. I thank you, and I hope you all have a very much wonderful evening. This was a ton of fun. It was absolutely a blast. So be good, be safe, be kind to one another. Thank you to the Sim 500. Thank you to Goat Racing Diecast. Thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in each and every week. Like, follow, subscribe, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We're also on TikTok. And you can also go to sim500.com to be a part of this series. They have lots of, you heard it, they have lots of different series. Thank you to my sponsors, of course, as Wesley Donaldson gets the victory here. Chop Chop Racing, of course. Thank you to Goat. We've been affiliated with Goat for a heck of a long time. We love them. Thank you to Mandarin Racing. Thank you to BeefJerkyUnlimited.com. We'll get these drivers in for the driver cams at some point as well. And I'll do a little bit better next week as well. I just was off. My brain was off a little bit earlier and was a little distracted. I did have a cramp running down my left calf, and it was not potassium, folks. Having potassium in your water and your salts. But yeah, folks, be good. We'll see you in the next one.